What's up? Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to serve anyone that's looking to level up their life from their current situation. This show is dedicated to helping raising the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts out there. Those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high performance engines bring into our lives. My friends, because holding it wide open is what we do. Being a great fucking person is who we are. And living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. On today's episode, we're going to be bringing things together with the SixShift Drive to Thrive framework. These are the pillars that boost you into high performance and they help you unlock the wide open warrior that's inside of you. You see, I love this saying and I totally live by it, which it means it goes, change your perspective and you change your life. Change the way you look at things and the things you look at change. And see, and I always look at it this way also. My mess is my message. For a long time, I didn't think that my mess was my message, but now I thrive on that. And anytime I mess up, it becomes my message. I use it to help others to thrive, to show them that it doesn't matter if you mess up. What matters is that you keep going. And so we went from the 5 to Thrive framework to now the SixShift Drive to Thrive framework. I actually like it. I came up with this. My wife helped me come up with this. And that goes to show you that when you have this mindset of it's not happening to me, it's happening for me, things evolve. You level up. You start seeing things different. You start changing your perspective about the things that start happening. Because if you watched the previous episode, you would have seen that I was calling it the 5 to Thrive framework, and it was around 5 core areas. But I didn't realize that in the whole mix of things, I forgot one of the most important ones that hold deeply to me, which was relationships. And now we included it. And so now the new name of the framework is the SixShift Drive to Thrive framework. And I called it that because I love stick shift cars. I love manual cars because you can see the shirt right here has the gas pedal, the brake, and the clutch. Love the clutch. Love popping the clutch. And so things that come with all 3 pedals, man, I love. I love. And for a long time, I had lost my passion for motorsports. And I talked about this a little bit, but I climbed the corporate ladder. I went into corporate America. I did the whole thing that they tell you to do. Go to college, do your thing, and that shit works. Let me make that clear. I don't want no one to be misguided by my message. That shit works, and you could create a very successful life out of it. But for me, it left me unfulfilled. And it wasn't until I bought my Camaro and I brought it back into my life that things really started to change for me. I really started to awaken this wide open Randy that I have inside of me. And that Camaro was stick shift. And before that, it wasn't my first stick shift car, but it was the car that brought back the enjoyment of going fast into my life. It really did. And it brought so much joy into my life that car, man, it brought connection with the motorsport community. It brought connection with the racers. It brought connection from me from within. It brought connection between my friends. It brought so much connection into my life. And that car even inspired the truck, the Silverado that I drive nowadays, that turbo Silverado. That build was inspired because of my turbo Camaro, the shotgun Camaro. As we go through more episodes, you guys will probably hear it. And as I bring it back, the shotgun Camaro is really what inspired, what brought this liveliness that I have inside of me when I was in a moment of feeling unfulfilled, in a moment of feeling like I had lost what sparked my soul on fire. And so that Camaro, which was stick shift, has inspired so many things. And it even has me thinking about even converting my truck into a 6-speed truck and to do the 6-speed swap, because I genuinely love to drive manual cars. Like, it is a challenge. It is harder, but I like that. See, this framework is dedicated to those stick shift kind of people, those people who know that taking that route, it's way harder to win any type of races on a manual car versus an automatic car, and it's okay. They choose the harder route anyways. The road that's less people would rather take, the one less traveled on, the road that you might mess up more often than none, because it's all on you to actually get in those gears and to stay focused and to stay in line with what really matters to you. But those things are the things that really bring out the most experiences within our lives. The challenges, the taking the hard route, the taking the road less traveled. And I like to use the example of a stick shift car versus an automatic car, because yes, automatics are faster to a certain extent, because nowadays they have some really fast stick shift cars, and I'm not going to get into that, but they have some really fast stick shift cars. So that excuse to where automatics are faster, yes, it is. And I'm living proof of that, because when I was racing my stick shift Camaro, it was very difficult to win races against automatic cars, because you'd have to be faster, because the time it takes to shift into the next gear, it's just what it is. But I prefer that route. I love the challenge. I love driving manual cars and the joy that brings into my life. And I'm actually glad that this turned out into the way that it did, and we came up with the name of SixShift Drive to Thrive framework. And that framework includes your mind, it includes your body, it includes your spirituality, it includes your relationships, it includes your passions, and it includes your career. That is the order that my life experiences have taught me that it works best. It really has. And I thought about that deeply. And originally I was going to put it as some type of circle, like and related to kind of like a tire, how you need to keep it rolling and working on all these areas. And you do, all these key areas are important, and you need to continue working on them and evolving and analyze where you're at within each area and see which one needs improvement and growth. But if I could number them, if I could tell you in what ways to go through, if I could go back in time and tell younger Randy, hey, buddy, you, younger teenage boy Randy, the younger version of myself, I can only tell him one message. I would tell him, hey, work on these 6 core areas and work on them consistently, evolve on them so that you can become the best version of yourself. But as growing up, as I've evolved, as I've grown through life, I didn't do them in that order. That was the order that I would go back and tell younger Randy how to do things. And the way that I've grown up, and the way that my life challenges and my struggles and my hardships have taught me, in the way that it's led me to lead, to acknowledge, and to bring these pillars into my life. It really all started with the passions. I love motorsports, motorcycles, cars. I was livid about that passion and did it so much, but I was broke as fuck. I really was. I hadn't been making no money. I was just getting by. Man, I was like not really thriving. And it took me selling those passions to get focused on my career. And then when I went all in with my career, that's when I really started thriving financially. And then I learned that, man, I needed to also work on my relationships, and so many things involved with the relationships. And as my relationships flourished, I noticed, holy crap, I'm fucking fatter than ever. I'm out of shape. I'm unhealthy. So I started working on my body, and I got in my body right. And then as my body progressed, I was like, hold on a second. I feel good externally, but internally I still feel bad. And so I started working on my mind, and that evolved. And then in the recent years, more than ever, this spirituality has come out of me that I've been needing for so long. And that has felt me like, has brought this sense of secureness, of this sense of, I know I'm going down the right path, this sense of just having this liveliness inside that I'm out to preach it. And without faith, you're really nothing, But back then I was doing the best I knew with what I knew at that time. It really is. And so if I could go back and tell younger Randy, hey, work on this framework, work on these areas, visit them consistently, and see how you can continue to grow, I would do them in that order. I would do mind, body, spirituality, relationships, passions, and career. And your mind is, because your mind is the foundation for everything that you want to create within your life. It really is. It all starts in your mind. anything and everything that you see out there, this camera that you're watching me through, this microphone that's recording my voice, this room that I'm in, this mouse that I'm holding, like everything was created by someone. But before they could have created that, it all started in someone's mind. It really did. And so when you realize that it all starts in your mind and the possibilities are endless, who knows what you're going to achieve in this life? It really is. Because whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. I'll repeat that. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. That's a famous quote by Napoleon Hill. That was the quote that was on my cubicle when I started my internship in construction. That is the quote I still have on my vision board planted, and I walk by it every morning and remind myself that it's all up here, buddy. It's all up here. That's the foundation. And so when you change the things, the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That phrase is so simple, but it's so fucking deep. It really is. Think about it. No matter what situation has happened to you, good or bad, and let's use a bad example. If you're going through some struggles right now, and if you could look at that situation as this is happening for me, not to me, well, the things that you're looking at are going to change. And it's going to change your perspective around what's happening to you. And it's going to help you grow into a better version of you so that you can get out of that. It's like Steve Harvey says, if you're going through hell, why the fuck would you stop? Keep fucking going. It really is. You want to prime your mind so that it can be the fuel that ignites you into fucking success. It really is. The mind is where it all starts. And if you can believe it, you can achieve it, my friends. You really can. And that's why it leads into the next one, which is your body. And your body is the engine that moves us forward. It really is. And it's to our greatest benefit to build a well-oiled, high-performing fucking body, a machine that will work in our favors to accomplish everything we want in our life. Because thinking and visualizing, those shits are super important. But without the actual action that your body produces, without applying massive action to your goals, to whatever you want to do in this life, you're never going to reach your fucking full potential. You never will. You got to be willing to feed your body some high octane fuel so that it can create some fucking badass horsepower for yourself. That's an analogy, by the way. So, duh. But you want to have a high performing, well-oiled machine inside of you, working towards creating the future that you want. It really is. And exercise becomes your force induction, my friends. It really does. It becomes your turbo, it becomes your supercharger, it becomes your nitrous, whatever type of force induction you want to envision, you want to dream about, that shit, your exercise becomes that for you. So boost yourself and put yourself in the highest setting possible so you can create the life of your dreams. It really can be. You got to be willing to move your body so that you can create the action that you need to create that life that you want. And so the next one is the spirituality. And your faith, the belief system that you have about yourself, about your life, about this whole world that we live in, is really what enables a wide open warrior to move forward, but with power. Like, man, I mentioned it earlier, and I feel like over these last couple of years, my faith has been growing stronger and stronger, and it's stronger than ever before. And I feel more powerful. I feel more certain. I feel more alive inside. I really do. Even when things go sideways, because they have been going sideways. I'm not here to hide anything. And I feel more like aligned with what's going on than ever. I really am. I'm a man of the Lord. He leads me. He guides me. He protects my family. He protects my home. He really does, man. And I'm not telling you what to believe in, but whatever it is that you fucking believe in, believe so much more of it, man. Have that faith of believing. It really is. Like, I'm convinced that God gives us the vision. He really does. He plants these ideas in our head of what could happen in your life, of all these great things that can evolve. So he gives you the vision, but I'm fucking convinced that he doesn't give you the plan, the path for a reason. He doesn't give you that because if you knew how hard it was, if you knew how difficult it was, if you knew the struggles that you were going to face, if you knew the people that were going to screw you over, if you knew the people who were going to talk shit about you, if you knew the nights that you couldn't go to sleep, if you knew the times that you would cry yourself to sleep, if you knew how hard it would fucking be, you would say like, no, fuck that. I'm not going that route. It's not worth it. But everyone I've talked to, the experiences and me even able to look back and even to this point that I've been able to come, it's so fucking worth it. It really is. So don't focus on the struggles. Focus on how becoming a better version of yourself is the key that will get you the life that you want. It really is. Because without faith, we are nothing. Without hope, we stop caring. And in some even extreme cases, like similar to mine, without hope, we become suicidal. We really do. God, the universe, whatever it is you believe in, I'm asking you to surrender to it, to let it lead you, to let it pave the road to the promised land, my friends. And I know that could sound corny in some ways, but it really is so true, man. The other day I was hearing my mother talk. She was talking about how when she talks about the Lord and when she talks about him, like she feels this sense of security down within. And in that very moment, I was like, I don't know, I was kind of questioning that. And it just happened recently, like a couple days ago. And then I was having a moment of struggle, of deep, like feeling like how everything was falling on top of me. And I just started praying and I started just bringing them into my well-being, and I felt so alive, and I felt what she was talking about, and I was like, oh my God, this is fucking true. And so when you have that working in your favor, when you have him on your side, who is to stop you? I'm here to tell you that he believes in you, even if you don't believe in him, because I was that person too. So have faith, believe. And the next one is relationships. You want to drive forward with your relationships. Your relationship in so many areas. It really does. Because building solid relationships in all areas of your life is really what is critical for the survival of our race. Like, think about it. If we're secluded in here in a room and you didn't talk to nobody, how is our race going to flourish? If you don't go meet, if you don't have intimate relationships, our mankind doesn't evolve. Our next generation is not born. It really is. And the reason why I smirked, I'm gonna take a quick water real quick, but the reason why I smirked is because working in corporate America, like over 10 plus years in high working environments where you go to job sites and you have 100 plus people there, like fast paced, nonstop, going from that and transitioning to working from home in an office where it's just by yourself in solitude, it really has taught me the importance of having meaningful relationships within your life, like an actual human contact, human connection, not just online or through Zoom or whatever. Yeah, that's still better than none. But being secluded and working from home has really taught me how much more it is important to have thriving relationships within your life. They really help you just feel alive. And the most important relationship out there for you to build is the relationship with yourself, because you can't pour from an empty cup. You really can't. And so in order to you to give the best version to those people around you, you have to be willing to become the best version of you. You have to be willing to look internally. If you want change externally, it starts internally. It really does. And so your family is also an important relationship. Your friendship is also an important relationship. Your intimate relationships is also a very important relationship. As we were talking about, those are key to thriving. It really is. Your professional relationships, those are really what's going to help you create the life that you want, and bring more money into your life and move your generation up in class, you know. And even your toxic relationships, those are important because you got to be willing to know what hurts you and what holds you back so that you can kind of push those away. It really does, because toxic relationships within your life could really be the deal breaker. It could really hold you back. It could be the anchor that that makes you drown. It really does. You want to Not only do you want to hang around it, but you want to be a battery charger. I learned this from someone, and and I'm smirking because I've thought about that a lot. And battery chargers versus battery drainers. Like when you hang around with someone and after you leave, you feel positive, you feel inspired, you feel like high energy. You're like, man, that was a good conversation. I feel like I could take on the world right now. those are the type of people you want to be around. And that's the type of person that you want to, the type of energy that you want to give out into this world. Versus like people, when you leave, hang out with them, you're like, you feel heavy, you feel tired, you feel like, oh my God, like what happened? Like, man, that was like a whack couple minutes because, man, I feel worse than I did before I talked to them. Well, those are battery drainers and they're there to suck the energy out of you. They're freaking energy vampires. Like, you want to stay away from those people, and you don't want to be one of those people too. And looking inward makes you realize how you're being with your relationship. It really does. And so the next one is your passions. Your passions, and motorsports more specifically, is what brings us alive. It's what fuels our soul. It's what keeps us happy. It's what gives us the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what all these high performance engines bring into our lives. It's fucking amazing. It really is. That's why I have it on the intro. You know, the thrill, the joy, and the connection of these high performance engines and what they bring into our lives. Because fucking holding it wide open is what we do. It really is. And if you're vibing with this and you're my type of people, bro, this is a lifestyle approach. Like, so many out there stop doing it because, oh, I have to grow up. But yet you could grow up and still do them. Like that saying is that, oh, men truly never grow up, their toys just get more expensive. Well, yes, the toys, they do get more expensive. That's why it's important for this next one we're going to talk about, your career to thrive. But you can be joyful and do the things you love and still be a good fucking human being. It really is. You can do it all. Because how we do one thing is how we do everything, my friends. And all work and no play, it leads to burnout. I've been through that route. I've gone and worked my ass off and eliminated all my passions. And all that did was leave me with an empty feeling inside. Like, you want to give yourself the fire to create this sense of feeling alive. And our passions, the things that we love, are the things that it's going to give our minds the freedom it needs to really thrive, to really give you some good ideas, to give you some rejuvenation within inside. It really does, because motorsports, they bring us all together. The burning fuel, the smell of the rubber, the sound of the engines revving, the force you feel when you hold that fucking gas wide open. Man, those are the things that I refuse to fucking ever give up in my life. I really do. And maybe people don't like them. I'll say that again. Many people out there don't like what we do. And you know what I say? I fucking say screw them. Fuck those people. They're not like us. They don't understand us. We're here to break the fucking stereotype. And those motherfuckers wish they were like us. We're here to make them say, wow, look how passionate those people are living. And they really got their shit together. And how we get our shit together is with the next one, talking about our career. And if you can adopt the mindset of, this is not just a job, this is my career, it can all change for you. You could do so much more. You could evolve and you know, I was saying earlier, change your perspective around the things you look at, and the things you look at change. Well, if you can change your perspective about how you see your way of income versus just a job that you have to show up versus a career that you get to show up, man, it all changes for you. Because a successful career is the game changer to providing the lifestyle that we all aspire to have. You want a garage full of toys? Well, you gotta have a fucking badass career. You gotta be bringing some fucking money, some moolah, some good income into your household so that you could give them the life that you want. If you want to take vacations, you need money. If you want to buy a new house, you need money. If you want to buy some more race cars, you need money. If you want to buy some more motorcycles, you need money. If you want to make investments, you need money. Money isn't everything, but it makes everything easier. And the second that you realize that your level of effort and your perspective around what you think your job is like, when you change that to, this is my career and I get to show up and I'm here to thrive and I'm here to better where I'm at, you start going to see those promotions coming your way. You're going to start seeing those raises coming your way. It's just like having a race car without an engine. That shit ain't going to win any fucking races. It really isn't, because the engine is what keeps it moving forward. Well, without a successful career, it's going to become very difficult for you to provide for yourself and for your family. like an abundant life, like a fucking life that you can't even imagine right now. It's so fucking big that you're like, there's no way I can make that happen. But guess what? You fucking can. You really can. That higher power, that higher vision, the higher pictures that you keep dreaming of, you can fucking make it happen. You gotta believe in yourself. Your career is the very thing that is gonna help you create that for you, my friends. Go all in. Don't fucking dabble. Show up early. Leave late. Do whatever it fucking takes. Like have this mindset of I'm here to do whatever the fuck it takes, and I ain't gonna leave till it's done, or I'm gonna fucking level up every day, time after time, and that's how you're gonna win the promotions. That's how you're gonna win the races, the raises. That's how you're gonna level up. That's how you're gonna grow. That's how you're gonna bring people up with you. That's how you're gonna see your superiors are gonna be like, man, this fucking guy really takes ownership for his life and for our company. Because when you make the company money, that's how when you get a raise. It really is. You see, but people overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but they underestimate what they can do in 5 or 10. I'm living proof of that. I was like, man, I'm gonna do so much this year. And I ended up doing half of the things. But then looking back, this is me looking back, and if I was like, man, the next 5 years, the next 10 years, I'm gonna do this and this, and I underestimated. I did so much more than what I originally estimated back then. So look at it that way. Life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Like, yeah, there's gonna be times in your life where you gotta take sprints. But this is a journey we're on. This is a fucking marathon. This is a whole life. And setting yourself up strong financially has the power to change it for your whole entire generation moving forward. It really does. If you want to bring your family up in this world, if you want to move up in class, if you want to break free from the fucking things that have been going on within your bloodline, within your generation, some people call it generational curse or whatever it is. If you want to move up, well, building a strong financial backbone for yourself and for your family is the way to do it, my friends. It really is. I'm hitting the mouse right here so I can keep scrolling through my notes. And so by adopting the identity of a wide open warrior and by applying the SixShift Drive to Thrive framework into your entire well-being, you become powerful, you become unstoppable, and you become the very best fucking version of yourself. You really do. You just gotta be willing to go work on it and to go achieve it and to go do it. And you can fucking do it. You can make it happen. It all starts with believing. And so I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the fucking ground, and I'm calling out all the motorsport enthusiasts out there who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all this shit that's been holding us back, and let's prove to the world that they fucking wish they were like us. Those of you that made it to the end, I want to say that you got yourself a win, and I appreciate you for investing your time into the Live Wide Open podcast. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and we're here to help others improve, to evolve, to become better. That is the mission that God has tasked me with. We are driven individuals working towards becoming the best we can be, and we're working towards breaking the fucking stereotype, and we're here to live passionately, to evolve, to just live a passionate life, man. It really is. Join me on this journey where we help as many motorsport enthusiasts out there to become the best possible versions that we can become. You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is Wide Open Randy. And if you felt any type of connection to this content that you just consumed, man, please share this episode with one of your friends. If you want to take things to the next level, I ask that share this episode on your story so many, many more people could see it, because that's how our message gets really spread out. I got pretty much nothing to say. We're going to wrap things up with the famous. I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Until then, live life wide open, my friends. Peace.